Hello everyone. Welcome back to Football Focus SG live stream. I'm here all by myself for today, but covering the match of Singapore versus Indonesia. It's gonna be a fun match to see how this is gonna go. And nonetheless, the lineup is already there as such. I think Singapore is playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Yeah, with like Izom Abud as a goalkeeper there. Noradam Abdullah, Haris Harun, Jacob Male, and Lainutan is our back four. Our two midfield centers, Shah Shaira and Hami Shahin, are there as well, together with then Song Wee Yong, Glenn Quay, Harry Stewart in the attacking midfield areas, and Ilan Fandi up top, the lone striker. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see how this goes. You know, this is a must not lose for Singapore, as we are now in a draw. Well, a draw is enough for us to go through to the next round, but nonetheless, it's it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun watch to see how this goes. Vietnam, I believe, is first uh, with like 7 points together with Singapore as well. And also, like, Indonesia is behind us by 1 point. So this is a big game for Singapore. We cannot afford to lose at all. We cannot afford to. I mean, a draw will put us through, but a loss will put us out of the tournament pretty much for good there. So hopefully, those who have joined in here, hope you guys have fun, enjoy the football watch along with me, and let's have some fun, huh? In this football matchup, in a close rivals between Singapore and Indonesia. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I hope. All right. Oh, well, Mario Francis say, let's go Singapore. Yep, let's go Singapore. Let's hope that Singapore could get something out of this. This is a very, very important matchup. A draw or a win put us through to the next one. Singapore is playing in a brand new jersey. We used to play in the Nike jersey, but now it's changed to Adidas. So this is exciting times here. And here we go. Kickoff has officially started. There we go. The roar of Jalan Besar Stadium started loud here. It's so loud stadium over there, by the way. So in Jalan Besar. So it's gonna be hype. So much hype, honestly. Yeah. It's Indonesia in white color and black a little bit, but white and red. But Singapore playing in the red, mostly red. So let's see. Can Singapore get something out of this against Indonesia here? A very, very big matchup. So here we go. I'll try to do a commentary and try to read the comments along the way if I could. I'll do my best. I'm sorry if I'm not that great at what I'm doing, but yeah, nonetheless, I'll try. Also, there's another game happening, which is Vietnam and Cambodia as well. Vietnam being top of the table, so they have clearer, higher chance of, qualifying already. But Singapore and Indonesia are second and third. Indonesia is just behind Singapore by 1 point. Singapore 7, Indonesia 6, meaning a draw is all we need for us to qualify to the semis. And we need to do our best here, because I think as much as we have not performed convincingly, we are still getting the result. So let's see how it goes. And here we go, Indonesia, Indonesia! Oh my God! What a goal-saving challenge by Shasha Hirad! Indonesia almost scored for us already, and he went through the keeper, and He had a chance to tap it in, but Shah Shairan just put his body on the line. Izwan Mabu nowhere to be found. Shah Shairan gets to blocked out off the line. A major rescue in just the first 2 minutes of the game here. This is mental right now. And here we go, a corner for Indonesia, but the referee now checking that. But Indonesia know they need to win this game. Indonesia know they need to, by all means, they have to win. A draw would not even let them qualify right now. And looks like Izwan Mabud is down already, but a little bit of foot injury there. But all right, seems seems all right for now. But again, that was a scary, nervy start for Singapore. Already, Indonesia were like, just trying to get an early goal and just to kill it if can. And there we go. Singapore tries to clear, blocked off by Indonesia and out for goal kick again. See, off the get go, Indonesia are just gonna press forward, press on the Singapore defense and see if they could crack. And to be honest, I think, it's not really a bad plan for Indonesia so far. Once again, those who are joining here, hope you guys can join this reaction watch along of mine. And, I'm not showing anything live here, but it's just my reaction. But if you guys want to chip in and talk football, go ahead, feel free. This is a safe space for football talks. Hopefully, you guys can enjoy this watch party here with me. But yeah, so Indonesia, I mean, they got 2 wins. They won with Cambodia and Timor Leste, but they lost to Vietnam. But Singapore, I think that draw with Vietnam was such a vital result. Like, even though I know we don't really deserve it, because I think Vietnam honestly could have easily scored a lot. But yeah, like, we were quite fortunate there. So here we go. Singapore with the possession. Pass on forward. Great 1-2. And looks like Song Wee-yong getting tackled down, and Indonesia got the ball back, and possession goes to Indonesia now. So let's see. Indonesia, again, they have to win this match in order for them to qualify, but for Singapore, we have to just draw or win, of course, to qualify. We must not lose at all. So here we go. Indonesia now having a cross in. Header clear out by Lionel Tan. And here comes Glenn Quay. Glenn Quay, great trickery of feet there. Tries to pump the ball forward to Ilhan but could not get it. Indonesia goalkeeper gets to clear it. It's a fast-paced start so far in the first 5 minutes, so it's a back and forth already. So now the tempo slowed down a little bit. Singapore's trying to get the possession ball again, just passing the ball around. Again, sold out stadium. Shout out to all the fans of the Singapore who is watching that live in Jalan Besar, and also fans of Indonesia. If you're watching this as well, shout out to you guys. Yeah. So if you guys have any prediction as well for this game, just let me know. I had a prediction. My prediction for this was probably 2-1 Singapore, but yeah, because I truly believe Indonesia is gonna go all out, and I feel like for sure they're probably gonna get one. But Singapore then will probably need to wake up to kind of score too. So so yeah. So Singapore now having a free kick from our own half, so not gonna be too distracting. But not sure why the referee has stopped here for the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the issue right now, but the referee has decided to stop the whole thing. But now it looks like it's clear to continue, so here we go. Singapore having the possession again. So far, in this tournament, I believe Indonesia has been in the final more often than not and yet to win. Very unfortunate for them. And Singapore loses the ball already, and now for throw in for Indonesia. Oh, looks like the referee is giving a warning because of them trying to time waste. Singapore's trying to time waste early already. So, hmm, interesting. Yep, because they were trying to kick the ball away even from preventing Indonesia to get quick throw in, but Singapore dispossessed the ball back. Now they got the chance, cross all the way to the other side. Great cross, have a shot in blocked, and he hit the referee as well. And it looks like the Song Woo-young tries to cut in and try to give the curl, but he bounces off Indonesia defender before he ended up hitting onto the referee. And I just realized the linesman for this game just running inside the pitch rather than by the line, which is very weird here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah. So yeah. For those of you who's watching, and hope you guys do enjoy this one so far. Don't forget to press all those notifications down below. Hit the subscribe, like, comment, everything that you guys want, and let's enjoy ourselves a football match here. And looks like Hami Shahin's down from a challenge. That is free kick to Singapore. Slightly high leg, got catches his knee a little bit. So the referee is trying to get a control of the game here. He seems very firm, but might be a little bit over assertiveness, trying to command from the game and the players a little bit too much there. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Hami Shahin is still down at the moment, so yeah. So again, people who are joining here, do let me know where you guys are watching this from, or what do you guys think about the match? Who do you support? Anything really. You guys could just feel free share. So yeah, so far it has been almost 10 minutes in. Indonesia had a first chance, a glaring opportunity, big opportunity for them to score, but a goal-saving challenge by Shasha Hiran, putting his body on the line to clear the ball off from the goal line, off the line basically, and basically put us in nil-nil still. So yeah. Uh, Looks like Hami Shahin is backed up, just gingerly jogging a little bit, but I think it's gonna be all right from the looks of things. So right now Singapore is down to 10 men with Hami Shahin on the sideline, checking, just getting checked out by the physio. But the play continues. Now comes Indonesia, still in their own half here. Tries to pass but blocked off by Singapore. Back to the Indonesian defenders, to the left back of theirs, making a run by the side next to his winger, and give a long ball cross in. Izwan Mahmud catches it easily and safely. All day, any day there. So Singapore's gonna try play from the back again from the looks of things. And great pass forward to Song Woo-young, and it looks like it's a foul. Singapore getting another free kick there, but in Singapore's own half. So nothing too dangerous so far. So nonetheless, people who are joining, again, feel free to let me know anything. If you guys hype in watching this match and what in this watch along, let me know. We can talk about not just this match. We can talk about the tournament itself. If you guys are supporting any other countries, what if you guys want to talk about the World Cup? It's fine as well by me because World Cup is a lot of things happen as well. But to talk about FIFA, that's a whole other thing. I might probably talk about FIFA one day just by the topic itself, with the whole after World Cup thing. So, all right. So Indonesia now having the possession. On to the defenders. They're still holding on to the ball, just around the defenders again, and tries to push the ball forward, and now he's onto the winger, onto the center of the midfield. And it's out for throw in for Indonesia. Singapore tries to pressure them, but Indonesia's not wasting time. Take a quick throw in, and another clearance again for throw in for Indonesia. Much more nearer to the corner kick here. So this is a most very very important game here. Both Singapore and Indonesia need to win this to qualify. But for Singapore, a draw would suffice still. But for Indonesia, is anything but a win. They have to win. And looks like a flag has gone up outside for Indonesia. So Singapore having goal kick slash free kick ish. So Singapore still maintaining things at the moment. They're trying to play the ball from the back, try to get the passing game, but Indonesia are not allowing them to do that. There we go, just like that. Playing pass from the back. As soon as it's passed to the midfield, Indonesia just collects the ball. So it seems like their man-to-man pressure has been working well so far. Indonesia with the cross switch over from right to left. Here comes Indonesia number 16. I'm sorry if I cannot recognize all the players from Indonesia, but I'll try. To number 20 there. And 23 from Indonesia. Tries to cross in and hit a clear for Singapore. And tries to find Ilhan, but back to Singapore again. And Indonesia gets a hit again. And he's out for throw in. So that's just ping pong football right there in the first 30 minutes so far. Once again, hello everyone for joining this watch along. If you guys enjoy, do drop a hi, say anything about football here. How you guys doing? Hope you guys enjoy yourself today. As if you're from Singapore, happy National Day, because our National Day is coming soon. So, and Singapore again rocking out their new Adidas jersey, so that's gotta be hype. So here we go, Singapore having the possession, but he's back to the defense. Jacob Marlon to Haris Harun to Shah Shairan, but passes and loses the ball to Indonesia right now. And Indonesia now on the left hand side. Here comes number 9 here for Indonesia. Tries to give a curler, but blocked off, and he's out for throw in, but it's Singapore's throw in. Okay. I thought it was blocked off, but turns out it was a very bad cross actually. Okay. So yeah, interesting so far. Hopefully the chat on the live chat is alright, because the previous time I tried to do this with the Cambodia, there was an issue with the live chat. So yeah, so hopefully it's all there. Hopefully there's no issue. Here comes Indonesia now, having the ball on the right side of the field, attacking to Singapore, and crosses in, cleared out. Can Singapore clear the ball out? Yes, they did, but it's not that far. Only reached to the midfield of Indonesia, and they are still piling men forward. Cross all the way to the other side. Here comes Indonesia number 16. Crosses in. Header clear by Singapore. And here comes Song Wei-yong again. Can he get forward? Nope. Loses the ball again. Indonesia. And flying header, I think Jacob Mahler to clear that. And straight back to Indonesia. So the pressure doesn't stop here. Indonesia pressure does not stop. They are going here because they know what is at stake. They know what is at stake. A win here would knock out Singapore from the tournament, and they will go through. So here comes once again Indonesia number 20 now on the left hand side of where Indonesia's are attacking. Pass forward there. Number 20 loses the ball. Haris Harun with the clearance. And a tussle between Glenn Quay and the player, and the referee. It looks like the referee has given a foul to Indonesia, so a free kick to Singapore. But the referee again just rushed to it. Like as soon as he sees something, it's like, he got to stop it. But he did. I think he saw a flailing arm of the Indonesia player. He does knock on the face. On, I believe that's Harry Stewart. Yeah, that's Harry Stewart, if I'm not mistaken. So Singapore now having the possession. Izzo Mahmud tried to knock the ball up front to Ilhan, but only to go back to Indonesia again. Oh yeah, once again, Mr. JB photo is right here. Hopefully, I'm pointing at the right spot. He's always there. So yeah, so right now, 17 minutes in, and still nil-nil. Indonesia now having an attack, and Singapore, Linotan tries to clear, and he's offside anyway. Offside for Indonesia. So Singapore safe for now, but Indonesia again, they're just going all out so far. He does look very close actually for the offside line there. Looks pretty close, but interesting. But Singapore seems always on the back foot most of the time. Singapore has always been on the back foot in most of the matches so far. Aside from Cambodia and Timor Leste, maybe with Timor Leste, Singapore kind of have the upper hand usually. But I guess with Vietnam, we were on the back foot. Against with Indonesia, now we're on the back foot. With Cambodia, well, we weren't, but the second half was all Cambodia was trying. Before then, Singapore wakes up again to try and go. So, again, so far, I mean, I think my view for Singapore in the tournament so far has been very mixed feel. It's like lack of conviction, lack of convincing performance, but we are still getting the result. I think that's the whole thing of what Singapore play has been. And we have an update. Vietnam has just scored against Cambodia, so Vietnam's leading 1-0. Congrats if anyone's a Vietnamese fan here. But nonetheless, the big game here is Singapore Indonesia fighting for the second spot, the qualifying spot, because right now Vietnam will still be first as they are leading. Even if Singapore win, Vietnam's gonna be first due to massive goal difference, goal advantage for them. Lino Tan with the clearance. And again, back to Indonesia getting the ball, but Singapore now gets the ball back. Can they do something here? Tries to pass the ball up front to Song Woo-young, but not getting enough speed. Indonesia get the ball back to their goalkeeper. So, this is a really a cagey matchup for Singapore. I would say it's cagey for Singapore, but for Indonesia, I would say this is what they are intended to do. So here comes number 8, pass on through ball, and no foul, says the referee. Who Indonesia looking for penalty, which I think is pretty soft on number 9, but the referee says no foul. But we're gonna take a look at the replay again here. It looks like there might be a trip on the leg there. Possibly penalty, but it could be a little bit too soft. But so far, the referee have not said anything. The referee has blown the whistle and tries to talk to the striker, but also, yeah, Singapore have another player down, which I think might be Hami Shahin again. Yeah, it's Hami Shahin down again, from the looks of things. So yeah, for those of y'all who's watching around, do let me know. Is that a penalty for Indonesia? I know for every Indonesia fan they will probably say yes, and for every Singapore fan they will say no. But for me personally, if we look at the VAR, there might be a chance, but honestly, it is a little bit too soft. So Hami Shahin is again just barely, gingerly walking out again. So concern here because there might be an early substitution for Singapore because Hami Shahin's down again. Does not seem to be looking comfortable from the way it seems. Might tweak his knee along the way there. So I'm not sure is Gavin gonna make an early change. That would be. But the referee now is it seems like all the players are having a little bit of a hydration break happening, even though I don't think it's official yet. So And yeah, I think there might be an early change for Singapore because I think Hamishain might be game over for him. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. I don't think Hamishain is able to continue here. But the substitution have yet to be made for Singapore. So let's see here. So now he's back to Singapore with a goal kick from Izwan Mabut and a clearance there by Indonesia. Singapore with not a single attempt so far, which is concerning times a little bit. But here comes Lionel Tan getting the ball back. Lionel Tan pass to the middle to Song Woo-young, who might have a shot and is blocked off by the Indonesia defender. And the ball is still not out yet. And he's out for throw in. There we go. And I think that might be our first substitute change for Singapore because of the injury that seems to be happening. But Song Woo-young looked to try to cut in and give it a shot, but great defensive work so far for Indonesia. Fair play to them. But Singapore now with the throw in, and they're still holding on to the ball, but passes on back to the defenders, so not looking to trouble them anytime soon. But here comes Glenn Quay or Harry Stewart. That's Glenn Quay, I believe. Glenn Quay, all by himself, 1 against 2, still managed to find the pass there. Lionel Tan tries to cross and a shot! Brilliant save by the goalkeeper! Song Woo-young with the shot and a brilliant save. Song Woo-young tries to get the ball back, but Indonesia scrambling to clear. A first real chance for Singapore. So, but the goalkeeper made a great save, and it's still 0-0 at the moment. So, exciting times now. Great cross there. Lionel Tan reaches the Song Woo-young first time strike to the bottom right, and the goalkeeper parries it away before Indonesia defender all cleared it out. So there we go. So finally we have a shot on target for Singapore. Only comes in 24th minute in. And here comes now Singapore again on the side. Crosses into Ilhan but could not get there. He still keeps the ball in. Passes back to Glenn Quay, who might give a curled in. Just went above the bar for Glenn Quay. Chances are coming in now for Singapore. They're growing and growing right now into the game. But Glenn Quay, I would say, I will be honest, could have done a little bit better with that ball there. Because there's no player pressuring him. He was taking his time, trying to curl in, but he was way too high. So, yeah, Glenn Quay shot way too high. Not troubling the keeper at all. So, goal kick for Indonesia. So, alright, a back-to-back attempt there for Singapore. Now comes Indonesia, who goal kick reaches all the way to the corner. Nope, Singapore gets the throw in. The fans are riling up a little bit. They're like, yeah, let's see some action here. Oh, God. Again, people who are joining the live here, thank you again for joining the live. Comment down below or join the chat. Let me know what you guys think so far about Singapore performance or this whole ASEAN championship. Or if you're a fan of Asian football, where you're watching this from, let me know. Or if you just want to vibe, talk about football, here's a place to talk about football as well. So, alright, so here comes Singapore. Noradam Abdullah passes on. Here comes Harry Stewart to Lionel Tan. Passes on inside as well, but Singapore are just again slowly building things up again with slow passes, trying to break down this Indonesia team, whose majority of them are in their own half right now, except for 1 or 2 of their players. But each time Singapore passes back, Indonesia just bring their players forward to man on. And here we go, a long ball forward, tries to get a Ilhan but couldn't. Goalkeeper picks it up for Indonesia. A very loud crowd there, loud atmosphere. So it's a it's a very fun time to be a football fan, isn't it? So here we go. Indonesia now having the possession. Tries to pass on inside. Still on the left side wing. On their defender in the middle of the park. So, nothing too happening at the moment. They're just passing side to side, left to right. The thing is, I mean, honestly, I fancy Singapore to qualify, of course, but again, the performance-wise, not that convincing, but we are getting results. I think that's what matters usually. So here comes Indonesia, number 16 to number 11. Passes on to the middle. Number 11 gets the ball back. Number 20 and tries to give a true ball to nobody, and the ball went out for goal kick to Singapore. So, if there's any Indonesian fans who's watching, let me know what do you guys think so far about Indonesia, how you guys been playing. But for Singaporean fans, if there's Singaporean fans watching, let me know how you guys think as well about how Singapore has been playing. Singapore playing challenge, flying left and right. Referee says play on because Indonesia still got the ball. One of the Indonesia players still down, barely getting up, but the ball through now. Tries a cross in, great block by the defender, and he's out for throw in. This is going to be a very busy night for Singapore defenders because that is a great through ball over the defender. But great blocked off by Jacob Mahler, who did really well there. And it looks like there was a shot in, and Izom Mahmood may have made a save because the replay was just showing a little bit too long there. And all of a sudden, when the replay is gone, the goalkeeper had to make a save there. And then it's a free kick for Singapore now. So, nervy times, but Singapore still holding on to it. Still holding on to it. So, a great chance there for Indonesia actually. Who tries to... Oh, it was a great header and a great save by Izom Mahmood on the bottom left. See? Like, they did not show us that because they were showing the replay a little bit too long. And it looks like another penalty incident they're asking for, but the referee says no penalty again. And the bench is livid now. I have no idea what just happened, but the Indonesian players and the fans, I'm assuming, are very unhappy at the moment. Trying to ask for VAR and all that to do something about it. But referee says play on, continue. Singapore now having the possession. Izom Mahmood tries to give a long ball over the defender. And looks like Ilhan now getting some action here. Here comes Glenn Quay with a cross. Ilhan with a back flick. Oh my word, what a save that was. What a save that was. Ilhan Fandi with like out of nowhere, just the ball was behind him. He decided to flick a back flick and it almost went in somehow. And the goalkeeper managed to match that brilliant save. But the Indonesia players are still complaining for the penalty claim that they have earlier. But what a trick shot that was for Ilhan. If that goes in, that has to be the goal of the tournament, really. Although, to be fair, that goal that he had against Cambodia, he did really well there. That should have been the goal of the tournament, too. So, Singapore having a corner. I believe that's... could be their second corner of the game here. And Song Woo-young with the cross. And referee just blow the whistle and looks like corner to be retaken? Or is it a free kick to Indonesia here? Again, I'm not sure what's happening with the referee. He seems to be over-dominating this matchup here with a lot of controlling. Again, now it's just chit chatting between the two players, and the referees just trying to control the game here. And the corner is to be retaken. The corner is to be retaken here. And oh, looks like it's not a corner to be retaken. It is actually now a foul given to Indonesia. Yeah, the whole confusion there. Even the linesman was like confused, like what just happened. So, so yeah. Initially, the referee pointed to the corner. Even the commentary I'm listening right now, are like confused right now with what the referee's doing. So, needless to say, the referee needs to do a little bit better here. So, and the goalkeeper decided to take a long ball straight to Izumabu from one end to another. Once again, guys, if you guys are joining into the live, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Football Focus SG. If you guys are, local football fans or football fans from around the world, feel free to join in, say hi, and let me know. Let me know how you guys are doing. So, now a foul there by an Indonesia player, so Singapore gets a free kick only in Singapore's own half at the moment. A tackle on Hamishahin again, which I have the feeling the more times they tackle Hamishahin, the more times I have the feeling it's probably gonna come out and be substituted. For a while they wanted to bring in Irfan Fandi. They were showing Irfan Fandi like getting ready and all, but nope, they never bring him in so far. So here we go, Indonesia now having the ball. Great passage of play here. Passes on to the middle, and he's blocked off, and apparently it's a free kick to Indonesia. I think referee saw a handball on Haris Harun. Free kick in a dangerous area, roughly about 30 yards, about 30 or 35. Could be 25 or 30, but yeah, I think there was a handball there by. But although I mean honestly, it looks more like a ball to hand, really. His hand was downwards. I don't know how else can you call that for handball when your hand is on the floor, really. He's like pointing downwards. He's not flailing his arm like this. So so here we go. 35 minutes in. Free kick for Indonesia. A big chance for Indonesia. So yep. Jalan Besar fans are making loud noises right now. So it's good to see. Very good to see a crowd like this. Yeah, so it is roughly about 30 yards here. And Indonesia free kick from number 19 from the looks of things. He's going to take the free kick. Can he get a goal here? Here comes Indonesia with the free kick for number 19. And just above the bar. Just hit on the roof of the net there. Not too far off, but a good attempt. A good attempt for Indonesia there. Tries the curl one from 30 yards and just went above the bar. Yep. Just whiskers away. But great attempt there. Great attempt for Indonesia. And here comes Singapore, tries to push the ball forward, but loses straight away to Indonesia all the way at the back. So, right now, they're showing the stats here. Both Singapore and Indonesia have 2 shots on target each, and the possession-wise is only about 3 to 4% differences between them. So, very even Steven game still. But here comes Indonesia now on the attack. Number 16 on the side. 20 to cross in and a shot. Great block again. Great block by Jacob Mahler, who did that really well. He just slide in and block in front of the shot there before Hamishahin just clears out for throw in. This is a great matchup so far between Singapore and Indonesia. Chances are there, but none clinical enough yet. Here comes Indonesia, number 16. Cross. Gets a header. Izomabu gets a catch. Safely, very easily there. So here comes now Singapore trying to play passing from the back again. And see how we can actually progress through this. So, yeah. Passes forward, tries to get Ilhan, who tries to flick again, but could not flick again. And cleared out by the Indonesian goalkeeper. And Lionel Tan here to Jacob Mahler. And tries to pass on to the midfield. So here we go. Passes on to Glenn Quay on the right side. Glenn Quay. Here comes Glenn Quay here. And a cross in for Shashahiran, but to nobody. Indonesia gets to clear it out. Singapore still having the possession again. So let's see here. Oh, great passage of play, but loses the ball now. Indonesia now. Dispossessed right in the middle of the pitch. Now, here comes Indonesia, passing on to the side, to number 11. Pass on to 20, to number 19. Great pass. No offside, but poor first touch for the Indonesia, and Singapore get to clear it out. The referee, linesman, did not pull up the flag at all. So, honestly, he could have been true there. And Indonesia again pushing forward. Number 16 here. Going by himself. He might dribble all the way by himself, but Singapore gets to defend that well before an awkward clearance. And it's out for corner for Indonesia. The referee given a corner for Indonesia here, but again, the referee is making weird decisions so far, and now he's changed to goal kick to Singapore. I am confused right now with this referee, I'll be honest with you. Oi, boy, this referee is a little bit all over the place. Very weird couple of decisions made so far by this referee. So, but here comes Indonesia here on the attack. Getting the ball back. Here comes number 11, who might get a cross in. Headed out. And he's out for corner this time. Again, Shashahiran getting to clear. He's been doing really well so far for Singapore. I'll be honest with you. Shashahiran, fair play. He's doing really well as a defensive mid. But Indonesia now having a corner. The job's not done. We are 5 minutes away here. 40 minutes in. This is only the second corner for Indonesia. Singapore had only one corner earlier. So I thought it was Singapore second. But then I remember the referee changed their mind and all that. So, alright, so Indonesia now with the corner. Crosses in. And he's all the way misses everyone and is out for goal kick to Singapore. The corner was overpowered all the way through. So we are 5 minutes away to the first half. And 0-0 so far, Singapore and Indonesia. But of course, again, the situation here, Singapore, all we need is a draw to qualify. A win will be better. But for Indonesia, it is a must win for them to qualify. It is a big game in this group stage to qualify. Here comes Ilhan. Great crossover to Glenn Quay here. Glenn Quay tries to cut in. Can he get a shot in? This time he curls out wide again. And he's out for goal kick for Indonesia. Glenn Quay really tried. I will tell you that. He's a very hard-working man there. But could not get the ball to go down a little bit, lower a little bit. He keep on overshooting them, which is a problem here. So let's see here. Indonesia now back to the goal kick. He's still with them. Vietnam is still leading Cambodia 1 goal to nil. For in case anyone who's wondering, there is a current also other match happening in this same group, and looks like there was a foul onto Singapore, but the referee says no foul and it's out for throw-in. But again, both Indonesia and Singapore players are unhappy with the referee's decision making so far. The referee decision making is very questionable so far. Some of the things. Again, over assertiveness is what the referee's trying to give here. But turns out it is a free kick for Singapore. But only in the middle of the line, halfway park here. So, who line up Tan passes back to Haris Harun. Here comes Jacob Mahler. Just passes back to Haris Harun. Just a simple passing around at the back, you know. Lionel Tan just get to do some trickery a little bit, and the fans are enjoying that a bit. Crosses all the way to Song Wei-yong here, and getting dispossessed, and tries to block there, but Indonesia still have the ball. And the referee given a foul to Indonesia, and might be a first yellow of the game. Yep, it is a first yellow of the game. First yellow for Song Wei-yong. So, yeah, I mean, is it really a yellow? Yeah, it was. I mean, nowhere near the ball. He just kicked the play onto his knee, kind of late. But frustration there. Song Yong, you know, he has that mentality. Whenever he loses the ball, he needs to get it back. But I will be honest, he does lose the ball a little bit often today in the first half here for Song Yong. So, not too fancy of that so far. But here comes Indonesia now, all the way to the left wing of number 20. And they are 1-2, just misses one another, and it's out for throw in Singapore. Again, for those of you who's joining, welcome to Football Focus SG. Hope you guys enjoy this live watch along with me here. If you guys are watching this as well, do let me know where you guys are watching this from and who you guys support, or you guys want to say hi, just want to talk football, feel free. Just chat down below. Now comes Singapore with a throw-in. Let's see how can Singapore actually get a chance here. That's my concern here. If we can get a goal just before halftime, that would be very, very, very crucial and impressive there. So, yeah. So here we go. Singapore now. Jacob Mahler to Noradam Abdullah. Passes on to Song Wei-yong. Here comes Hami Shahin. Passes on back to Jacob Mahler. All the way back to the goalkeeper. So it looks like they're still passing around for now. And we have 3 minutes of at a time. 3 minutes at a time of the first half. Let's see. Can we get a goal? You know, that's the question here. If we can get a goal, we'll be in a driving seat, because all we need is a draw to qualify, and if we're winning, we can really kind of sit back, relax a little bit. But so far, both sides have their chances, especially Indonesia in the first 2 minutes. Passes the keeper, open goal, but a great block by Shah Shairan. Magnificent job there by him. So here comes Indonesia now. Having the ball, tries to cross all the way at the other side, and number 16 got it. Passes on the left side of the field. Here comes number 20. Passes on to 16. Indonesia still holding on to the possession here. And here we go. Number 11 passes on to 16, who's doing well. Crosses in, get one of the defenders shot. And blocked off, out for corner for Indonesia. Big chance for Indonesia if they can get a goal just before halftime here. Great passes in, and number 18 tries a shot, blocked off by Hamishahin this time, who gets blocked. But 1 more minute left, and Indonesia having a corner. They're having a chance here. Let's hope Singapore could defend this. Crosses in, goalkeeper catches it easily. Safe and sound for Izwa Mahmud here. And tries to give a long ball forward, but to nobody at the front, straight to the opponent. I can never understood that, really. That's really bad, actually, from us. I mean, honestly, that's really bad from us. So far here, crosses in for Indonesia, getting cleared out. Singapore are holding on here, holding on to what looked like a 0-0 now in the first half. But the cross is in again for Indonesia, cleared out again, and is out for throw-in for Indonesia. Oh, is it a corner? No, I think it's a throw-in. There we go, it's a throw. Yeah. So, is 3 minutes is already up. Will the referee allow? Nope. The referee has blown a halftime whistle. It is Singapore nil, Indonesia nil, and it is a very, very cagey matchup to say the least. For people who are watching, do let me know what you guys think. Did Singapore play well? Did Indonesia play well? Who should have scored? Who should have won? But I would say both sides had a chance, but more towards Indonesia with the first open chance there. They should have scored the first one, really. I'll be honest with you. But it is 0-0 at the moment. It is half time. We are going to prepare for the second half soon at some point. So welcome to the halftime chat. So, halftime chat. Yeah, so the halftime chat so far, I would say both sides are even. Singapore had our chance, Indonesia had their chance. But Indonesia had a clearer chance. Again, the first chance they had on the second minute, they should have gotten a goal. 100% should have been 1-0 to Indonesia. But a great block for Shashairan. He put his body on the line there. Singapore with like Ilham Fandi, who tries to flick, almost score a weird freak goal. And also, I think there was one where there was a header, I think by Song Wee-yong, or a shot by Song Wee-yong, that was saved by the goalkeeper as well. So it is 0-0. So people who are joining here into this live, do let me know what you guys think so far about the match. If you guys are watching, but if you guys are not, and just joining for fun, hello everyone. It's Football Focus SG. I'm Faiz here. Hope you guys enjoy. So far, Indonesia has been looking like the better team because they try to man on pressure and all, but Singapore does have that counter decent attacks that we have. So far, Singapore will be qualifying if the score remains. Again, the situation now is that for our group, Vietnam is leading first and they are winning Cambodia. So I believe they are on 10 points. Singapore is on 8. Indonesia is on 7 as of now because of the draw. And there's only top 2 to qualify. So Vietnam is already looking like certain to qualify. Whereas Singapore and Indonesia is a battle for second place now. Is a very, very close. So they were showing the stats here if you guys want to know. Indonesia has 52 ball possession, 52% ball possession. Singapore has 48. But Singapore has 7 attempts, Indonesia has 6. Both have 2 shots on target. So it's very, very even. Like I said, it's very even between these two. Standout players for Singapore for me, honestly, Shashairan. I think Shashairan has been really, really good today. Jacob Mahler as well. Linotan did pretty good as well. Yeah, I mean, those are the few names. So they're showing the highlights again here. That Indonesia should have scored there with Shashairan just blocking from number 9, who passes the goalkeeper That was a goal-saving tackle there. The madness of the line. Literally almost went through his legs as well. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then Singapore having a chance here. We line a tongue cross. Song Wee-yong with the shot. Great save by Indonesia goalkeeper. This was all in the first half highlights. So that was our first on target for Singapore. Great attempt, I would say. And Indonesia had few of their plays so far. They love to play by the wing, actually, if anything. So this was one of the highlights they're showing here. A cross who gets a header, great save by Izomabo on the bottom left. Like keeper had to stretch it out, and I remember they were showing the replay. So by the time the replay was gone, we see the keeper already made the save. So it's kind of weird to know what happened, but that was a good save there by Izomabo. So yeah, it's a good attempt so far between these two teams. And then this one across, and Ilhan tries to do a flick backwards. Still manages save by the goalkeeper. So the score remains 0-0. Let me know what you guys think so far. Who's gonna qualify? Who's gonna win? What's the score like? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, guys. This second half is gonna be very interesting. Oh yeah, there was also a free kick for Indonesia that went just high and wide, but a good chance. Wonderful cross there. Wonderful free kick. Great technique. Just a little bit too high there. So let's see. Singapore. Honestly, yeah, Glenn Quay had a couple of chances. He has two chances where he tries to cut in, give it a long curler, but he went high and wide, and reaches to nobody. Unfortunately, not even near the goal. But come on, Singapore. I believe Singapore can. I honestly believe he can. So, for people who are chatting here live, again, for those who are joining me here, let me know again where you guys are watching this from. How are you guys? Hope everyone's doing well. How's your day like? Share your weekend, your days a little bit. So, all right. It is halftime here for Singapore Indonesia. A little bit of a halftime show happening. So, do I think Singapore's a favorite to win this? I'll be honest, not really. I think again, I'm still not fully convinced by a lot of things for Singapore, but nonetheless, it is uh, it is not the worst. Singapore is not the worst performing really. We may be not performing convincingly, but we're just getting the result. So that's what I believe, and so far it has been working for Singapore. But I'm pretty sure Gavin is gonna make some changes here. I'm very certain he's probably gonna make some change. I think if I were to make a change, I think probably I think Hami Shahin will probably have to come off. He seems to be struggling a lot in the first half. Like he keeps on going down. Yes, he gets involved a lot, but he seems to be struggling in the midfield. Um, Harry Stewart has been pretty quiet today. Song Wee-yong, he's losing the ball often. So those are like the couple of names that I would probably change. But nonetheless, all the boys did really well. Don't get me wrong. But if I were to make a change, I'll probably do that. So, so once again, welcome to Football Focus SG live stream today. It is Singapore versus Indonesia in the ASEAN Hyundai Cup 2026. The score remains nil-nil and it's already half time. If you guys are just joining me, Singapore lineup, as you guys can see, am I pointing it correctly? Somewhere there. Somewhere there. Singapore's playing in a 4-2-3-1 there, with Izom Abu goalkeeping. The four defenders are Noah Adam Abdullah, Haris Harun, Jacob Male, and Lionel Tan. Two midfield are Shah Shairan and Hami Shahin. Three attacking midfield are Song Wei-yong, Glenn Quay, and Harry Stewart, and the lone striker Ilhan Fandi. So at the moment, Jalan Besar looking packed actually. If I'm not wrong, it's sold out. It's sold out in Jalan Besar. So again, kudos to all the fans who has been there, who's going to see the game there. Massive salute to you guys. And no idea what's happening with the halftime show here. It seems like there's a playing with a mascot or someone dressed up as sumo here. So that's quite hilarious. I never thought that there's this halftime performance like this. Kinda funny. Kinda funny and weird. Alright. Anyway, if there's any Singapore fans who's watching live or Indonesia fans watching live, let me know what you guys think so far about the performance here and how they have been so far throughout the whole tournament. Also, not to mention, other matches happening like Vietnam matches happening, Cambodia. Any fans or supporters from there, you're more than welcome to join to have a chit chat here. And it looks like a lot of things happening right now on the pitch. Like I can see a lot of things just chit chatting here by the commentator, and I think there's some prize to be won for those who are playing on the field. So meanwhile, let's talk about the other group that's happening, if I'm not mistaken, because Singapore, uh, in Group A, of course, we have like with Vietnam and all, and the thing is, the other group we have Thailand and all that, which is actually doing really well at the moment. Let me see if I can open it up real quick. There we go. Singapore. There we go. ASEAN group. There we go. So Thailand has won all three matches so far. They are facing Myanmar next. So they won with Malaysia, Philippines, and Laos. And no conceding at all. But they're not a free scoring type, but they have scored 8 goals with 0 concede. Vietnam have yet to concede any goal as well. So I believe for Group B is a big game for all three of Myanmar, Malaysia, Philippines, because Malaysia and Philippines are facing one another, but Myanmar is facing Thailand. Myanmar losing to Malaysia was probably the biggest deal breaker so far, but winning Philippines 4-1 convincingly, and a 7-2 win over Laos, which is a madness of a match, honestly. I'll be honest with you. Because I think there was like a couple of red cards in that Myanmar game here. So, but yeah, Philippines is facing Malaysia. Myanmar facing Thailand. Who do you guys have to win? Let me know as well. But Myanmar has impressed me so far this year tournament. I would say so. Myanmar actually impresses me a little bit. I remember, I think when there was a Myanmar against the Philippines, a lot of people, a lot of my friends or the work or football fans around, kind of says, you know what, Philippines is gonna do bits. But I was like, I don't know. I saw the match when they had against Malaysia, when Myanmar played against Malaysia. Even though they lost against Malaysia, I was like, you know what, Myanmar is a pretty decent team actually. You know. So yep. Anyway, looks like second half is about to start soon, and I'm not sure if there's changes here so far for Singapore. I think there might be a couple of change, but let's see here. Second half is about to start here. So here comes the Singapore team coming back out into the field. Indonesia slowly making their way out as well. But surprisingly, no changes so far for Singapore after this. All right. So no changes. No changes at all. And both set of team players are out. Oh my god, they have one of the player named Reinders as well in Indonesia. And he's not the Tijani Reinders from Man City, by the way. So so that's quite cool to know. So here we go here. They're having a final group huddle and talk. And some footballing legends there. Fandi Ahmad is there to watch the Singapore matchup. So that's actually very hype there to see Fandi Ahmad there to watch. Watching his son playing as a main striker up front. So this is gonna be a fun and all important second half here. The referee is about to start the second half between Singapore and Indonesia. And here we go, second half has started. Again, let's remind each other again that Singapore, all they need is a draw to qualify. And Indonesia is a must win for them. That's just how it is at the moment. Now comes Indonesia, who starts the kickoff and getting the ball. Tries to clear up front, getting blocked off out for throw in. And the ball picker just tripped inside the field. Alright. A little bit unfortunate there. Alright. Let's hope that Singapore could get out of this match with at least a draw or a win and qualify to the next round of the tournament. And here comes Indonesia now, having a cross in already. All the way to the other side, Singapore getting the ball back and cleared out. But great clearance, but Indonesia get the ball back. Unfortunate there. Now Indonesia, number 14 tries to cross. He's cleared out by Jacob Mahler. Great work, but only reaches again to Indonesia player again. Again, Indonesia just coming out from the gates, coming out from the get-go, just trying to get a goal already. Because they know that a draw right now is not good enough. They won't qualify. They might have a chance here. Here comes number 19. Number 19 tries to cut inside, tries to chip the ball in. And he's still in. And he shot! Indonesia gets a goal! But Singapore is asking for offside, but Indonesia has just scored a goal. It's a goal for Indonesia. So at this point, Singapore will be out of the tournament if this remains. How important would this be? Just the start of the second half. Indonesia has scored already. Well, it's a poor defending there for Singapore because there were a lot of ball watching in between. So, as you can see there, number 19 just tries to cut in, tries to chip the ball. Well, yeah, there's no one offside there except for the number 9 himself, who is not involved in the play. So, yeah, I think Indonesia just get a goal easily. Poor clearance by the defenders. And number 11 for Indonesia has scored a goal. He was the quickest to react. It is number 11 for Indonesia. Singapore were hoping for the offside flag to go up, but looking at the replay, it is not offside. So, it's 1-0 to Indonesia. Singapore have work to do now. Oh boy, this is gonna be this is gonna be a stress. For the next 40 minutes, it's gonna be stress for Singapore. I'll tell you that. So here we go. Here now, Singapore's waking up to play, but loses the ball now to Indonesia. Now the match is opening up a little bit. But Indonesia scoring, that is gutting. They scored way too early in the start of the second half. And a challenge there for Noradam Abdullah out for throw in for Indonesia. Again, for those who are watching, let me know what you guys think so far about this matchup that we're seeing. Is this is this is gutting for a Singapore fan right now, but we need to see how Singapore respond through this. Because this is only the second time in the tournament that Singapore have conceded. The first time was against Cambodia, and now the second time we have conceded was with Indonesia. So here we go. Singapore now, having the ball. Oh, passes on back to their defender. And learning videos by Nikhil. Oh, welcome back. I remember you. You joined in our previous live stream. Absolutely stunned, and you are absolutely right. We are absolutely stunned by it. I think they were just not prepared. It's just all of a sudden, kind of complacent a little bit, but the Indonesia player were quick to react. Because again, once they know they need a win, they just getting it quick, right off the gate. Can't blame them, really. So... And I kind of figure because in the first half we were playing reserve way too often, more often than not. And the thing is, I'm okay with this tactic, especially if Singapore's away from home. But if we're at home, we need to take advantage of it. We need to be on on the front foot when you're at home. But it's mostly Indonesia that has been on man on, pressure on them all the time and all that. So here comes Indonesia now on the ball. Got busy, could have could have joined previously. No, it's fine, it's fine. Look, no worries. Absolutely no worries, man. Look, welcome to the live, and hope everyone that joins, hope you guys are doing well. And I think there's an Indonesia player here, might be down here. Yeah, I think he's holding up his arm right now. I'm not sure if he's dislocated his shoulder or something, but okay, he seems to be alright after that. So now let's see if Singapore could respond how we should, because now Indonesia are playing the game like what Singapore's trying to do a little bit in the first half. Taking their time. I think even the our side goalkeeper Izwan Mabu was taking his time. The defenders trying to waste time and all that. But now he's playing catch up once again. Gavin probably needs to do something at some point. So again, for those who join, thank you again for joining once again. Hope you guys enjoy this watch along, live reactions, happy chat, football chat into this live stream of Singapore and Indonesia. We are down 1-0 at the moment to Indonesia in a must win or draw game for Singapore. It is anything but a loss for Singapore in order for us to qualify. And Indonesia is anything but a win to qualify. And Song tries to dribble, tackle, referee gives a foul. Alright. Referee kind of took his time a little bit there. But Singapore does get a free kick. But very far out. Nowhere near so far. Yeah, that is 100% a foul. Clips the leg of Song Woo-young. So, yeah. Nikhil said, yeah, being a pre-med student can be rough, but no, no, but like with Indonesia, like most of their better players didn't get released from their club, so that's why I thought Singapore could take advantage. Yeah, honestly, I thought they could take advantage, honestly. I can't assume Cambodia will draw Vietnam either. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's still 1-0 to Vietnam, and anything can happen still in football. But we will we will be very we will be much more happier if we can get at least a draw right now. But again, being home with the advantage, we don't need to be playing like this. We should have been more dominating. Not say dominating like getting many goals, but like controlling the game more. But Singapore having a corner here across to nobody. Can Haris Harun bring it in? Yes, I think he did, but Indonesia clears it out straight to the fans of Singapore. And the Singapore fans not happy with that. Yeah. It looks like I think the referee is giving a warning to him saying be mindful. I think I saw the mouth there. Yeah, like he tries to clear the ball, but he just lashes it to the fans, which is a little bit unprofessional there, but hmm. Singapore now. A long throw in straight to the goalkeeper's hands of Indonesia. Yeah, so Nico, since you're here, I'm going to ask you as well. What's your prediction for the game? If you're watching, which game you're watching, if you're watching both games. Fair dues, fair play to you. I actually predicted Singapore to win this 2-1. So I know that Indonesia will score for sure because, they needed a win. So they're going to have to score. And I know Singapore will react. But uh, normally I would rather if Singapore get a goal and then Indonesia score back and then they will wake up again and then get a 2-1. Kind of like how we did with Cambodia. Like that. Like that time there. But Jalan Besar was stunned at the moment because of that Indonesia goal. And throw in again for Singapore, somewhere in the middle of the field. This time our attacking players are not really involved as much as what I would like. Only having a few bits of chances here and there. Oh, you predicted 2-1 as well? Alright. That's awesome. So here comes Singapore now. Tries to pass in. Here comes Song Woo-young on the left side of the field, going by himself. And Indonesia players are all around him, and he's trying to get the ball back. But again, he needs to calm down a little bit. He's on the yellow already. We do not want to have a red card, and could easily change the tempo of the game. But Song Woo-young, such a aggressive and passionate hard worker there. So here comes Indonesia now, having the ball onto the left side of their attacking side. Cuts inside. Can he get a cross in? No. Passes on back. Can Indonesia actually extend the lead? And if that happens, I think we're in real big trouble then. A long over ball there, but Indonesia still get the ball. I believe that's number 16 for Indonesia. And now tries to cross in, cleared out. Outside of the box, give a long shot straight to Izwan Mahmud. Good save, firm there, great save. And I think there's something off the ball happened there. Apparently there's an off the ball incident. But Song Woo-young just get another yellow, so that means it's a red card. Song Woo-young just got a red card! No way! The referee has given yellow card to both Song Woo-young and an Indonesian player in what looked like an off-the-ball incident. And I was just saying this, that Song Woo-young needs to calm down a little bit before he eventually caught himself. I'm not sure what happened because it was an off-camera thing. The camera didn't get to catch it. We're waiting for the replay here. Well, wait, that Indonesia player just tackled Song Woo-young. That player just tackled Song Woo-young, just out of nowhere. And and I'm not sure if Song Woo-young reacted, which of course any reaction means it's an instant yellow. But that is very harsh and very unfortunate. But as we all know in football world, once you react, it's an instant second yellow or guarantee a yellow. But looks like Song Woo-young is off. But the referee is now waiting for some VAR checks here. Cause to be fair, that player just decided to tackle Song Woo-young off the ball. I have no idea why. Why was that happening? Like the Indonesia player, just the number 18, by the way, he decided to tackle Song Woo-young out of nowhere when the ball was with the goalkeeper. And Song Woo-young reacted, so of course then the referee just gave yellow on both sides, but of course the Indonesia players are just chilling and vibing right now. I think the player know what he was doing right there. I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's no way you just targeted Song Woo-young for no reason. And here comes referee checking a VAR right now. This is a big moment here. He could pull back the second yellow on Song Woo-young because it is absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. You have to see what happened there. So Izom Abu catches the ball way far in the middle of the field. Song Woo-young's trying to run up to, get the counter started. The player decided to tackle Song Woo-young without any ball at all. Who decided to just kick him in a way. And Song Woo-young get up and just give him a slight shove elbow onto his stomach, which the by then referee saw, and gives a yellow. But I'm pretty sure the elbow is gonna be a yellow card still. I think knowing football, I watch a lot of football, knowing that no matter how wrong you are justified to hit back. By any form of hit back, it is still a yellow card. That is always that. But for the Indonesia player though, I don't know what's the plan here. I don't know what the referee is gonna say or do. Niku say, "Oh my word." Well, I'm not sure what VAR will decide here. Yeah, I have no idea what they will decide. This is again a very very big matchup. One of these teams are going to qualify or trying to qualify. And this is a big moment here. A possible red card for Singapore or Indonesia or just none at all. Or or maybe a yellow card Indonesia but nothing for Singapore. Who knows? I don't know what the referee is going to do now. But he's checking the VARs quite a while right now. And now I think they're going to zoom in. They're going to zoom in all the way. Yep. But the player was running towards Song Woo-young again. Like he tackled Song Woo-young, then he run towards Song Woo-young again. I could not understand this. I know Song Woo-young did react, but the player just run to him, so he's just gonna do that. Like, why are you coming at me again? He tackled him off the ground for no reason, and then run to him again. Then he's doing that onto his stomach. Like, look at this. He did this on purpose there. So, but I'm not sure. I have the feeling, I think knowing this referee, he's gonna maintain his 2 yellow card for sure. And here comes the referee now. Looks like he has made a decision here. Let's see. And the referee pulled back the yellow card. Song Woo-young is back in the field. There is no red card. There is no red card for Song Woo-young. Exactly, I think that is fair. I'll be honest with you because that player just decided to tackle another player off the ball with nothing happening. And it's a free kick for Singapore, which is in the middle of the park. And I guess that Indonesia player still gets a yellow. So that's the update right now. But Song Woo-young now is back in the field. And it looks like the players, Indonesia players are pissed with the referee a little bit. So here comes now. Oh my word, there's so much things happening right now. But it looks like we are back again. Finally, football is playing again. But tension are now rising between these two teams. So I actually believe this is a correct decision by the referee. Because really, there's no need for that Indonesia player to actually, tackle another player while in the middle of the field not holding anything. And look at that. They're trying to tackle Song Woo-young again, but he's holding on right now. Singapore now trying to push the ball forward here. Tries to cross in and cleared out by the defender of Indonesia. Looks like Singapore now are throwing the ball forward here. And tries a shot. Oh! And great keeping, but a little bit a dodgy moment there between the defenders and the goalkeeper. But it's a corner for Singapore. Like Lionel Tan here gave a long cross, hits the goalkeeper who tries to catch it, but he couldn't get it. But he went off a corner. Singapore having a corner. We are 65th minute in now. Singapore trying to find equalizer. Can we get one? No foul here, and Singapore tries to get it. And oh, it's in! Singapore equalize! Singapore has equalized! It is 1-1. Oh my word, but there's a lot of things happening there. But Ilham Fandi getting a goal, but he's like, well, he looks like he injured himself in the process. But Singapore has found the equalizer. Indonesia are protesting against a referee, looking what it might be a foul in the middle there, but I'm not too sure. Ilham Fandi tries to celebrate, but he couldn't. He looks like he hurt his leg already. But the fans, the lion roar is back. Yeah, Maria, woohoo, yeah, we're winning. Not winning, we're drawing, but we are qualifying as of now. But let's see here. Let's see what happened. A long ball over the defender. Goalkeeper knocks onto their own defender. And Ilham Fandi. Yeah, so the defender just collided with the goalkeeper. And Singapore, Ilham Fandi just get to quickest to react to kick it in. Not the greatest of goal, but a goal is a goal. But Ilham Fandi once again getting a goal for Singapore to save us here. A big goal. And looks like finally Singapore having a substitution here. Hamid Shaheen is coming off for Irfan. Hamid Shaheen coming off for Irfan Fandi. And here comes, I believe, Ilhan Fandi coming off for Shawal Anwar. And yeah, looks like Ilhan Fandi is really injured at the moment. So Ilhan Fandi is out after scoring. But Shawal Anwar is in now to replace Ilhan Fandi. How much of a big blow that Ilhan Fandi is out, we don't know, because he's been the one that's scoring goal to save us a little bit. He saves us for Cambodia, and now this equalizer. But this second half has been a lot of drama so far. We have goals, we have red card and VAR moments, and then the red card being pulled back. But it's 1-0 right now, Singapore and Indonesia. So here we go. Looks like Indonesia now are going to throw players forward and trying to get another goal, if they can. A long ball cross all the way to the winger of Indonesia, all the way to the left side corner side. Tries to cut in. Here comes number 8. And 218, great challenge by the defender. And he's out for corner for Indonesia. And Glenn Quay. Glenn Quay is down a little bit with a bit of a cramp. And a great sportsmanship between these two. Great job there. I like sportsmanship there. Glenn Quay seems to be a little bit cramp at the moment. Indonesia having a change as well, a substitution made. Reinders for 14, coming in for 17, Rizky Eka. And a cross in here for Indonesia in the corner. Cleared out, and he's out for throw-in for Indonesia. This is going to be a doozy 20 minutes left of the game. The tension will rise, the goals were coming in. People are trying to get other players red card and all. It's madness right now. Clear up front there by Indonesia all the way back to their goalkeeper. I was surprised just now when Singapore scored. I saw they were not really celebrating. They were just jogging one corner. So I'm not too sure, was it like there was a linesman saying outside or the referee saying foul or something? But no, there wasn't any. It was just a goal with followed by a injured by Ilhan Fandi, and he gone out for Shawal Anwar. Irfan Fandi coming in for Hami Shahin, which I believe that will make Jacob Mahler or Haris Harun to be the midfield together with Shah Iran and Irfan Fandi somewhere in the defender side. Because Irfan Fandi, you know, he's a strong, tall, and big physical defender. And it looks like Singapore's going to make another 2 changes here from the looks of things. Looks like, I think Raihan Stewart and Fahan Zulkifli might be coming in next. So most likely coming off. The commentators are saying that Glenn Quay and Song Wee-yong are to be coming off. So playing defensive side at the moment, Gavin. And a free kick here. Cross. Great punch out by Izwan and tries to cross him back. Blocked by Singapore. And a clear out for Singapore. Here comes Indonesia now. I'm sorry if there's a slight delay on the live stream sometimes. You know, if there is, I apologize. But nonetheless, thank you guys for joining. If you guys are still here. Here we go. Indonesia now. Pushing. But Singapore are going to make a couple of changes soon. So we shall wait and see here. And here comes Indonesia. Tries to cross the ball in. Still having the ball right now. Danger's not clear yet. And cross getting blocked again. But Indonesia still have the ball. And there's a live update. Cambodia actually scores and made it 1-1 against Vietnam. Oh, what a ton of surprise that was. Cambodia getting a draw with Vietnam at the moment. That is actually surprising. Very surprising to say the least. And here comes Singapore with the change here. Singapore with the change, I believe. Glenn Quay and Song Wee-yong, yep, is coming off for Raihan Stewart and Fahan Zulkifli. So let me just make an update real quick. Zulkifli and number 3, Raihan Stewart. I think they're gonna shuffle things around for sure, but slightly more defensive. And looks like a corner getting cleared out. And here we go. Jacob Mahler tries to clear but couldn't. He's only out for throw in. Throw in for Indonesia here. Again, big moment. Singapore 1, Indonesia 1. Vietnam 1, Cambodia 1. Singapore has made a couple of changes. For those of you who are just joining, we have Irfan Fandi coming in, Raihan Stewart coming in, Fahan Zulkifli coming in, and then Shawal Anwar coming in. Replacing for Hami Shahin, Ilhan Fandi, Glenn Quay, and Song Wei Yong. Those are the four players. Singapore have made four changes so far. But Singapore now playing all out defensive. We have a lot of defenders in the lineup right now, as you guys can see. Irfan Fandi, Raihan Stewart, Jacob Mahler, Haris Haro, Noradam Abdullah, Lionel Tan. A lot of defensive players there. By Indonesia now, having a corner. 73rd minute in. Pamungkas gets across. Header clear. By Fahan Zulkifli with the header clear. Indonesia tries to cross back in, gets to no one, out for throw-in for Singapore, who's gladly going to take their time. Because again, they know a draw will put them through regardless. But this is very surprising, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if actually if Indonesia were to draw, no, Indonesia can, yeah, if Indonesia were to draw and Cambodia win. But the goal difference, I mean, Vietnam had massive goal difference. I think thanks to the 7-0 over Timor-Leste alone that they played, should be enough to make them qualify still. So regardless, I think Vietnam is still kind of safe here. Like Singapore and Indonesia are not safe. So here comes Indonesia now. Singapore getting the ball back. Fahan Zulkifli tries to get the ball, and he did brilliantly, holding off the defenders. And he's out for throw-in for Singapore. Harry Stewart tries to tussle with the Indonesia players as well. So this is, again, Lions got to dig deep here. Singapore have to dig deep to get the result here. We're looking for equalizer at first, and we get that equalizer. And here we go. Indonesia tries to, and and looks like, I think, a foul here for Indonesia. And I think there might be some pushing and shoving all around. And there we go. Looks like looks like the players are just not happy with one another now. And and here comes oh dear, this is not what we want to see. Players are just not happy with one another. The referee's trying to control the game here. Yep, and looks like, let's see this again. He just pulled Jacob Mahler. I'm not sure whether he popped his shoulder, but he seems to be very in pain. But he's back up now. Alright, so he seems alright. So it's good to see now. Jacob Mahler is alright. But Indonesia number 9 named Mitch, he got a yellow card for that. But again, tension are rising right now between Singapore and Indonesia. You know, and looks like Lionel Tan getting a yellow card as well for Singapore. So interesting. And very unnecessary to collect all these yellow, but it is what it is right now. Looks like Indonesia having a throw-in. This is going to be a tension final 10 minutes after this. 15 minutes, I would say. Probably about 15 minutes. But I believe with the VAR and everything, so the added time is going to be like probably 6 minutes or anything. Yeah, I think the added time is going to be like 6 minutes with the VAR and like constant, you know, these the two teams right now, the players seems to like shoving each other and hating each other for no reason. But Singapore having a goal kick. Izzo Mahmud clears it up front. So here we go. Try in the middle of the field. No foul this time, but Indonesia getting the ball, pushing it forward. All the way to the right side. Number 17 for Indonesia. Tries to pass inside, but cleared out. Only reaches to number 18. And across for 19, blocked out for Singapore. And oh, great true ball for Indonesia. Shot. Side netting for Indonesia. Oh, what a chance that was. That was a great ball for Indonesia. The defenders were caught sleeping on that one. Great true ball. Izumabu did not commit to coming out, and the shot past the keeper but only goes side netting. Singapore is very lucky on that one, I'll tell you that. We are very lucky on this one. And here we go. I think there might be a late challenge there on for the Indonesia on Singapore player. Free kick to Singapore, but no yellow card. Harry Stewart getting the slide tackle in. Yep, that was a high leg a little bit there. Indonesia having two more players coming in, substitute. Big chance and moments here. Two changes made for Indonesia, going all out for sure. So let's see. Can Singapore hold on to this 1-1? Or will Indonesia break Singapore hearts? And no foul here at the moment. Singapore getting the ball back. Great challenge by the Indonesia defender. So Indonesia now holding on to it. Having the possession still. And it's out for throw-in for Indonesia. Singapore just trying to clear whatever they can clear, but a quick throw-in. Cross in for Indonesia. Hit a clear. Might come in with a shot. By fluffy shot and a header saved by Izwan Mahmud, but is offside anyway for Indonesia. Singapore holding on to this 1-1 right now. Trying our best to hold on, I'll be honest with you. Ooh, doesn't look like it's offside, I'll be honest with you. But even if it's not offside, the goalkeeper get to catch that. So, kind of safe there. Kind of safe. So here we go. A long goal kick. Reaches Shawalanwa here. Shawalanwa tries to cross in, but cleared out by Indonesia. And great passage of play. And cleared out. And looks like a throw-in for Indonesia. Alright. Fan Zulkifli, who lashes the ball out also. Kind of like what the Indonesia player did to the fans. Never understood that, really. So Indonesia now tries to take a throw-in, but move in front way too much there. And finally the game gets going again. Again, the referee just asserting so much dominance in his decision making and everything. I will give the one decision making that he made about the Song Wee-yong getting red card and taking it back was the right call. And I think there was a arm being raised by a Indonesia player and hitting on Singapore player, and it's a free kick. And it looks like Harry Stewart getting the end of that elbow right onto the face. Yep, that is a straight elbow right onto the face. That is no idea why he needs to do that. But he gets a yellow card. Player number 23 named Clock. There is no need for them to do that, I'll be honest with you. So here comes Singapore with the free kick, passes on to the side and on the edge, and linesman asking for foul, and yes, it is a foul. And the referee has given a foul for Singapore here, a free kick for Singapore. Again, Singapore holding on to this 1-1, but will still be second even though Vietnam draw with Cambodia. And is only due to goal difference. But Singapore can be first if Cambodia win against Vietnam here, if Cambodia can pull off a surprise here, and that will be something. I'll tell you that. But Singapore having a free kick on the right side, kind of near to the corner, but at least about 25 to 30 yards out. And an indirect free kick for him to cross. You can't score from there, but a cross in. That's a good ball, but hit a clear out. And he's out for throw. And here comes Singapore taking their time a little bit. Throw in. Oh, you get some tricky feeds here. But Indonesia get the ball back because they're trying to waste time in the corner, but could not waste time there. And here comes Indonesia with the throw in on the other side of the half there. This is gonna be a nervy ending into this. It's gonna be a nervy ending, I'll tell you this. That's for sure. Let's see here. Can Singapore hold on to this 1-1 result? Or will there be a last minute drama here in this ASEAN Championship? And a long ball for Indonesia, out for throwing for Singapore. So Singapore's going to take their time a little bit. And looks like Indonesia is going to make us some more changes. They're making some more changes. Again, just throwing all the marbles, rolling all the dice if they could. But Singapore now. Cross all the way the other side. Farhan Zulkifli. And that looks like a foul. Singapore gets a free kick. And it is another yellow card here for Indonesia. Number 26 this time. I would the puck drops here. I would think Singapore is going to want to get the goal, a head goal here, since Vietnam is tied. Will be a better result than to win the group. Exactly. I think honestly we have a chance to actually top the group if we win this. Honestly, you know, because if we could get a goal, I don't see why not. There's no need for us to play so reserved. Cambodia's doing a good job for us already, getting a draw with Vietnam. But the free kick here. Right now, 86 minute. Shah Shahiran now with a free kick just about 25 yards out. If Singapore can get a goal here, it would be a great position and more likely to qualify. Shah Shahiran with a free kick straight to the keeper. Also, the puck drops here. Singapore should try set up some set pieces. Maybe a couple crosses in the box. You have a run inside, you're going to have a chance. Yeah, 100% agree. Because, I think we're playing very reserved at one point in time. Trying to play from the back. I always notice they try to play from the back. Singapore tend to get caught up so much in the back. But Indonesia now getting a true ball. A shot getting blocked. Indonesia now. Oh, pressuring right now. Pressure time. Indonesia doing all out here. They have a chance here. Number 15. Cross inside. Nobody gets to the other end, but they still have the ball just outside the edge of the box. Tries to turn inside. Curl shot blocked by his own player. Or deflection by Singapore player. And it's a corner for Indonesia. Indonesia desperate now, throwing man forward. The puck drops here. Once again, thank you for joining again. I look at the goal differential tiebreaker for tomorrow game. Oh my goodness, there are so many possibilities. It's going to be interesting. Yes, it is going to be interesting. I think during the halftime, I've looked into it. Oh, it looks like Lionel Tan is coming off and he's injured as well from the looks of things. And it's Amirul Adli coming in. So Amirul Adli replaces Lionel Tan. Let me just update the lineup real quick for you guys. But a corner here for Indonesia. And a cross in, header went wide. And Singapore gets a goal kick. Indonesia asking for for another corner, but not gonna get it. Yeah. So in the halftime, I mentioned about the other group that we were looking at. The other group, Thailand more or less is cleared, but the Myanmar and the Malaysia and the Philippines, the goal differential and all that, is gonna make a big deal, really. And if we can get a win on this, you would have been perfect. Perfect, perfect with the draw of Vietnam and Cambodia draw, Singapore win, we get first. I think it's a much better route to go to the tournament, of course. And Singapore fans now are hyping up right now towards the end of the full time. Of course, qualifying by any means is still a victory to us. But if we could be better than what we have, get a better position than what we can, we should go for it. But Singapore having a throw in right in the middle of the pitch. Flick forward, but great challenger by the Indonesia defender. Passes back to the goalkeeper. Once again, for all the live chat, live viewers who is joining, thank you for joining in, and chipping into the chat. And a long shot for Singapore just went above the bar. Just out of nowhere by Jacob Mahler. And I just saw Vietnam actually is leading 3-1. Or 2-1. Is it 3-1 or 2-1? I think I just saw it says 3-1 for some reason. Yeah, it is 3-1. Oh my word. They just scored 2-1 and then just few minutes later make it 3-1. So yeah, Vietnam is already gonna win the group already. Game's over on that end. We've only like a few minutes left for them. So Singapore, oh my word, Izwan Mahmud tries to save, but clash with an Indonesia player. And I think the referee is gonna stop the play here. And a 7-minute added on time for this matchup. So it's gonna be a long time to go. But Izwan Mahmud just had a front flip trying to catch a ball, clashes with the Indonesia player, landed awkwardly. Both of them clashed kinda bad right there. But I'm not sure if the Indonesia player were looking for the penalty, but he threw his body on the line there. Izwan Mahmud landed awkwardly there. The puck drops here. So I didn't realize this. Thailand actually has a chance to move on to the semifinals, but they have to win 3-0 and Myanmar have to lose 3-0. Yeah, which is a strange thing to say this. Like Myanmar had to lose, but they have to win. But I think honestly Thailand is still the favorites. I think everyone knows Thailand has always been the favorites of this tournament. But anything can happen. And during the halftime, I shared a little bit that Myanmar has kind of impressed me on that group there actually. But the whole thing about the goal differential wise, about who's gonna face with who, or it's gonna be interesting on the other game as well. Yep, 3-1 Vietnam 90th minute. Yeah, it is. So Vietnam's gonna take this home victory. Because I was trying to look at the notification on the Vietnam matches, but I think I did not get the Vietnam second goal for some reason. I think I might have lost the notification due to the match and a lot of things happening here in this Singapore-Indonesia match that we're covering. So here comes Indonesia again. 92 minutes in, 5 minutes left. It is all or nothing here. Singapore holding on 1-1 to qualify. Indonesia needs a goal to qualify. And here comes Indonesia here. Getting cleared out by Singapore. And that's a foul here by Indonesia. Singapore getting a free kick. I think there's a lot of yellow card in this game. I'll be honest with you. I think after the whole fiasco with the Song Wee-yong almost getting a red card, but VAR saves it. Then he has gotten physical. I will say that. Here comes Fahan Zulkifli here. On the left side, he might go for it, but the Indonesia defender just gets him easily picked out there. And here comes Indonesia. Oh, great defending there by Singapore. Another challenge here. And a foul for Indonesia. And looks like again there's unhappiness happening between the players. They need to calm down once again. They need to calm down. They've impressed me with their goal scoring, but defensively, I don't like how they play. I have the complete opposite reaction. Impressed with defense, not impressed with scoring with Malaysia. Yeah, you know what? Fair play. I can understand that. I think maybe the scoreline may be flattered to DC because Myanmar scoring 4 goals against Philippines, 7 goals against Laos. Maybe the scoreline is flattered to DC, but defensive wise, yeah, honestly, Myanmar could have been a lot more better on that sense. But Singapore wise, though, honestly, we again, I've been saying this from the very start, and I'll say this again. We have not been playing convincingly throughout this group stage, but we are getting the results still. Indonesia now. On the side, number 15 tries a cross, nobody gets it, and is out for goal kick. Singapore can breathe a sigh of relief. Because that number 15 cross was a deadly cross. No one else get to the end of it. A very, very tense moment here in the final few minutes where one will qualify, one may not here. Let's see, can Singapore hold on to this so that we can watch another game of Singapore on to the next round of semifinals there? Where I believe both semi-final and final are playing both legs. And apparently, the throw-in took too long. Singapore took too long to throw in and is given to Indonesia. Yeah, so not great there. not a great way for us to waste time, really. But I can see now Singapore is just going to play defense and try to hit on the counter if they could. With the fresh legs of the players. But Indonesia now. Holding on to the possession here. On the right side of the field trying to attack. Passes one. Number 19 cross. Header clear for Singapore. Indonesia. Still pushing forward. Trying to get it. Crosses in again. Another header clear. Indonesia one more time. Tries to go to the side. Who knows? Tries to go for another cross. And the result, full time, Vietnam already won Cambodia 3-1. Singapore on the counter. Here comes Fan Zulkifli, I believe, for the winner. Oh, great save by the goalkeeper. Shawalanwa. Oh, save. Farhan tries, I'm sorry, it was Shawalanwa who was going. But Farhan, oh my word, and I think that was a late challenge there for the Indonesia. But I think he gave yellow card to the Singapore instead. Yep, I think the Singapore player gets a yellow there. Jacob Mahler getting a yellow. Oh, Singapore wasted opportunity. Should have gotten that second goal to kill the game. But the goalkeeper did very well there. Very, very well. Jacob Mahler there pulls the player down. So, yeah. Yep, final Vietnam 3-1. Thank you. The puck drops here. So... a long ball in by Indonesia, cleared by Singapore. And looks like it's a foul there for Indonesia. Free kick for Singapore instead. And the Indonesia players are not happy at the moment. But we are coming into the 7th minute now. But he's frustrated right now, saying that, he's pulling me. And yep, they both actually pull each other, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. They both kind of pull each other there. I'll be honest with you. But it is 1-0 right now. And we're any seconds away here to qualify to the next round. Izzo Mahmud clears the ball to the side. Header clear by Indonesia. Singapore having a throw in. The fans are getting louder here by the minute here. A throw in. And poor first touch, but Indonesia gets a throw in on that end. Let's see here. Will the referee blow? The referee have yet to blow the whistle. Izwan's gonna clear. We are 98 minutes in right now. Singapore have yet to blow. The referee have yet to blow the whistle. So let's see here. What is happening here? Singapore hit it clear up front. And great pass! And is Shawalano with the winner? Is that a winner? Or is that offside? He's offside anyway. Yeah, I saw Shawalano was like going through. I thought he scored. The commentator was hyped, but the referee, I mean, the linesman got to wait for the whole thing and then they raise up. Until then, they raise down, which is very annoying. I thought Shawalano scored, but he was just offside. Oh my word. That weird counter. He would have gotten a goal and killed the game already. But he's offside. But for some reason, the game's still going. We are into 99 minutes. Indonesia with the last ball probably kicking in here. Irfan Fandi with the header clear. Clear up front. And the referee blows the final whistle. It is 1-0 and Singapore have qualified to the next round, to the semi-final of the ASEAN Hyundai Cup. Yes, it is a birthday present for Singapore because our National Day is coming in 2 days. And not gonna lie, this is a great present to give to Singapore fans. We are through to the next round. Happy National Day, of course, to people. Nguyen Hatton, Vietnam 3, Cambodia 1. Yep, appreciate that. Congratulations. Yep, appreciate that. Hope you guys do enjoy as well this whole live that's happening. So a goal for Indonesia in the second half before Ilham Fandi getting an equalizer in what would be the most important goal of the whole group. That Ilham Fandi goal saves Singapore to go through to the next round. And the camera showing to the father, Fandi Ahmad's there. Congratulations to Vietnam as well for qualifying, winning Cambodia. Congratulations as well. So Vietnam's through to the next round in the semi-final. But Singapore is through as well. I'll be honest with you, this game, I mean, it looked like Indonesia were like, going all out to get goals and all. And they did. They were pushing right off the gates. And and Singapore, again, have to find a way to come back, which more often than not now, we're starting to see that Singapore can always find a way to come back, which is a great thing so far to see. Like with Cambodia scoring, we found a way to score. And now with Indonesia scoring, we found a way to score as well. Nikhil saying woohoo. Yep, cheers man, cheers to all the fans of Singapore. Apologies to Indonesia. A hard-fought match and a hard-fought loss. Well, it's not even a loss, it's a draw, but very unfortunate. Nguyen Hatton say thanks for Vietnam. Hey, thank you for joining from Vietnam. Congratulations to you guys. Hope to see you guys do well also in the next round. And who knows, Singapore might meet Vietnam in the final. That'll be a fun thing to have as well. Learning videos by Nikhil say they were desperate. Yeah. I mean, honestly, they only have one option, and that is to win. And a draw would not suffice. So, I'll be honest with you, Indonesia did really well. I don't think they should be too disheartened by it. But again, that draw that we had against Vietnam was the major point. It was a big deal. Had we not win with Vietnam, I think this match would have been a lot more different. A lot more different. So yeah, for the people who have joined, thank you all so much for joining. Hope you guys do enjoy. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Chat, comment down below everything what you guys think. And yeah, my thoughts for the game. Congratulations to Singapore. Congratulations to Vietnam who have qualified. Tough luck for Cambodia, Indonesia, and Timor-Leste. It's been fun so far, these group stage matches. Nonetheless, also for Singapore and myself, this is a big happy birthday and happy National Day to Singapore, which is coming in a few days. Congratulations, Singapore, for qualifying. And nonetheless, Jacob Mahler getting the player of the match. You know what? Deservingly so. Jacob Mahler has been pretty immense today, very immense. So yeah, nonetheless, thank you guys so much for joining. For this live stream. We are through to the next round, which means there's gonna be some more live stream of Singapore in the next game in the semi-final and all. So do stick around. Hope you guys do enjoy, and we will see you guys next time.